About 2 or 3 years ago is when we started first thinking about this. I became aware that the 100th anniversary of the architecture program was going to be in 2027, and I had the idea of putting together a work with the legacy of everybody who's come through the college. The book is called Limitless Horizons, the first 100 years of the Texas Tech architecture program. And it goes back to the idea that Paul Whitfield Horn introduced in 1925 to what was then Texas Technological College. That he talked about Llano Estacado, he talked about the plains, he talked about the wide horizons, limitless possibilities to the students. He was inspiring them to take advantage of this college.
We had talked a lot about how it, as Gary was talking, how it was going to be pulled together. And Gary had actually prepared a really good outline for all the decades we were going to talk about. Gary and I interviewed Bill Felty, who was a professor when we were here. He's 97 years old, had great stories, a lot of history about tech. I was just blown away by it. It was just so fascinating. And I said, Gary, we have to tell stories.
In our fleeting dynamic times where everything is on social media, I think once in a moment you have to sort of stop and say, okay, we're doing a traditional publication in book form. It's a great concept and I think it's very powerful. Now we're trying to get everybody to contribute. If you have an interesting story, perhaps also a funny story, a light story, or you have to contribute some anecdote where you maybe even have a photograph. That's what reflects who we are and what we might be in the future. Students, alumni, staff, faculty, former administrators from Lubbock and El Paso, friends of the Huckabee College of Architecture will come together in this publication. It's worth doing that, and it's really a celebratory moment of being a century old.
In my time as Alumni Relations Coordinator, I have been able to talk to so many different alumni, and they have been able to share their stories with me about what makes architecture great and what makes the school great. One of the facets that I'm so excited that my job has allowed me to do is really work with our young alumni, people that have recently graduated. We want to hear your stories. We want to see what matters to you. Your experience is valued here, and I know Noel and Gary cannot wait to hear what you have to say. If you want more information on how to submit your stories, please reach out to me and I can get you in contact with Gary and Noel.
We hope that people will share those stories with them because it's their legacy that they can share with their children, with their families, that will be in this book.
And remember, you are the history of the architecture program. You wrote it. We want to hear your story. You are the history of Texas Tech.